Welcome to Moms with a Call. We're not here to preach, convert, or fix you. We're here to listen.
We're McKenzie
and Rebecca, two women with messy stories, honest questions, and a quiet hope that maybe Jesus looks a lot more like love than we were ever shown. If you've ever wondered if there's a place for you in all of this, there is. Come, have a seat at the table. You're safe here. You're welcome here. Let's begin. Welcome to the pod.
Welcome to the podcast. Okay, so we are crossing legs and just chilling.
Yeah.
I normally do, I feel like.
Yeah.
But
Okay, let me take my shoes off.
we're comfy. Charity's cool. Accessible.
Charity's chill.
That's the title of the episode. Charity's chill. Okay. Welcome back to Moms with a Call. We are so excited you're here to join us today. Would you like to introduce?
Yes. This is my mom.
Mom.
Honey.
Yeah. This is my mom, Myra Webb. And she's coming on today to be a part of our first episode of our Give Back series, where we encourage listeners to support change beyond the mic. So today we will be talking about Weekend Meals on Wheels. Mom is I don't want to say this incorrectly. Are you the president of the board of Weekend Meals on Wheels here in Wilmington?
Yes, I am. Or chairperson.
Chairperson. And so they put on this event called Taste of Wrightsville Beach every year. I think you've been doing it for is it over 10 years now?
I have been on the board since 2017, I believe.
Okay.
Those are hard questions when you've done something for so long. Because
Yeah.
for Meals on Wheels, I've delivered meals.
Since I was
How
little.
old were you?
Yeah.
You were little.
Teeny tiny.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
You've been a part of the organization for a long
for
time.
a long time.
But the
Correct.
Taste of Wrightsville Beach, because it is a specific event that all the proceeds go back to the Weekend Meals on Wheels, and we'll let you kind of dig into that. But that event has been
That's 12 years.
12 years. Okay.
Wow.
The Taste of Wrightsville Beach is 12 years this year.
This year.
We
Okay.
missed a year, I think, because of a hurricane, maybe Hurricane Florence.
Yeah.
We've had
Yeah,
a
because you
lot
guys
of
did it during
threats.
COVID, right?
We did do it during
Wow.
COVID.
Safely.
Safely. Yeah. Or, yeah.
I mean, it's an outside event.
I
It
also
is an outside event.
think in November.
It was November,
It was in
COVID.
2020, so people were
Right.
better because we got married in December, and it was like you could get and y'all
And we got married in September.
And then we did it in 21, and we still had to, we didn't mask. You worked that time, didn't you?
Yeah, but I do remember there were COVID regulations that we
Right.
had to
We had little
follow.
tests at the front door, and if people hadn't been vaccinated or they were, worried for any reason to enter, then I went to CVS and I bought like all the tests that were
my
left.
gosh.
And then people could take the test, and then they're like, "Okay, I'm coming. I feel
What
good
a
about coming in."
wild time.
It was.
We talk about that enough. It's so crazy we lived through that.
And what it did to Meals on Wheels,
Yeah, let's talk about that.
that was kind of crazy. And our board, we have a very diverse board of directors. I'm kind of the press release marketing leader. I am the president, I guess. I am the president. I hate to,
It's okay. We're
flaunt
that.
titles.
Hey, I love it.
We're proud. You work hard.
Hey, you've been a part of it for over
Yeah.
20 something years.
Yeah. And so our board is so smart. There's some engineers on there and some industrial type people who have that mindset where they could figure out how to logistically offer the meals for 6 weeks. And we did 2 rounds of that. So it was a big operation. We were in the Elks Club. We had the volunteers drive up. We had safety gear for them.
And this was during COVID.
This was during COVID. This was March and June of 2020, I think.
Yeah.
Or maybe May and June. But we did 2 rounds of 6 weeks of delivery. So we would deliver them 12 frozen meals.
So you wouldn't have to
And-
come every weekend.
Right, because, the more exposure that you would have, and that's the most vulnerable population because they're shut in. They could be ill, they could be convalescing. So you don't want everybody coming and going
Every
in their
weekend.
house every weekend and touching their food.
Who does Meals on Wheels serve specifically?
Okay, so Meals on Wheels weekday is out of the Senior Center for the county, and that's a government-funded program. In 1990, it was a group of people who were probably weekday volunteers established that there was a need for the weekend for people to be, because people
They still have to
they
eat
still
Saturday
hungry.
and Sunday.
They're still hungry.
Yeah.
And so typically the Meals on Wheels client is 60 or more. They're ill. They cannot prepare or do not have resources. Sometimes you think about medicine cost, and there's sad stories about people not getting food because they have to buy their medicine, just different things like that. But so this group of people, it's faith-based, so a lot of them are from different churches, and they came up with the idea that the weekend was needed to be covered, and that's when we started. And it's been going since 1990. We get a few grants. We serve 500 meals per weekend on Saturday and Sunday. Most of the meals are prepared and donated. Some meals we have to buy. Some volunteers are from organizations. The Elks Club is a big one. Businesses do it. Your husband's business, Megacorp Logistics, they have a big kitchen in their facility. So they prepare, I don't know how many, 100 meals. And
Yeah, they
pick-
said like 150.
100,
Each
150 meals. So we have this coordinator. She's amazing. And she divvies out
Okay.
every weekend route. She has the routes built so that they're not oppressive, where you would be delivering 20 meals.
And
you
they're all
know.
like all over.
Right,
Yeah.
right. They're built out. We've had the same route number 4. So you get to know your people as you deliver to them, and they recognize you after you've come a couple of times. So she has it dealt out to Elks Club, to churches, to just my women's club organization. We have a Sunday every month, and then we rotate within our women's club who does it.
Oh, fun.
Families, we have such beautiful families that do this, and it is such a blessing to them to prepare meals together as a family. And then, they build a little community around it. I knew one family that the mom had passed away and the dad really missed cooking large meals. And so the daughter brought it up. That was one of Uncle Malcolm's neighbors and friends. And so the daughter brought it together. They cooked the meals, and then her friends wanted to get involved.
That's awesome.
So she would have, this husband and wife, and this husband and wife, and this girlfriend. And so it became a family plus friends that were there for a purpose, and they kept creating more and more meals and covering more and more. And then someone would come and pick them up and deliver them, and half the time, half of them would go deliver. But we have lots of businesses doing it as well. Megacorp, Land Rover is the cute one to me because they go in those fancy cars.
Wait, Land Rover, like the
Land Rover,
company, like
Land
Range
Rover,
Rover,
Cape
Land
Fear.
Oh,
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
How cool that all the
They
businesses
have
are involved.
Yeah, it's really nice. Golden Corral prepares the meals on that route, and they do, I think, 70 meals. Wow. So they show up with, what would you call that? A convoy. They show up with a convoy of fancy cars.
To Golden Corral.
To the Golden Corral. Their bags are ready. They go and deliver, and they have the best time. And it was really sweet to see the parents and the children, you know, and if they were grown children, the children would be in the car behind the mom, and she's like, give them 2 pages of routes. They're young.
Yeah, they can
go
knock
longer.
these out. Yeah. Because you get in there and you see them, and it is like the sweetest, but kind of, it's a little bit sad too, because they really don't want you to leave.
Oh.
And so I am that person that's like, okay, I won't like, yeah. I'm like, we'll just chat. So when COVID hit, we had this little lady near us, and I'm not going to say the neighborhood just out of safety, but she was one that we would bring Hazel and Phoebe as babies to see her, because she loved the babies being there.
She was so sweet.
And then COVID hit, and she was hard because we made sure to like keep a chunk of time for her, because we would be over there for at least an hour, I would think.
My goodness.
Just visiting with her. And Mom would take Phoebe and Hazel as babies, because she had a storm door, like all glass. And so they would stand in the driveway and wave to her. And
Sharon and I rode our bikes over there a lot.
Yeah,
We
she's
kind of,
so
during
sweet.
COVID, we kind of took our weekend routes, and Rebecca, you took another person to call, but instead of, we weren't able to see them as much, so we called them. So each person was assigned somebody from the route, and it would be a familiar person on the telephone, so you could call them and check in on them. And because another thing about Meals on Wheels is the nutrition, plus it's a safety check that
Wellness,
that they're okay for the day.
Yeah.
It's someone checking in on them, because I know that lady that I was referencing, her kids lived out of state or something. And so they relied on that check in, like, hey, are they
She's doing
alive
okay.
and well? Yeah. They don't just want the food, they want the company too. But it is one of those things that I think a lot of people sign up for it. Like, they do it once and they get hooked, because you are serving the elderly, vulnerable population with that, but it is also serving your soul when you're there.
Yeah.
Like, it's really,
your
it fills
soul.
your cup. So it's like,
Yes, that is true. And a lot of parents like to take their children because the seniors love to see
kids.
children.
they love the kids.
Oh,
Phoebe
gosh,
was a regular route rider there for a while.
Rider. I love it.
I remember she was visiting people in the stage where she was like pulling up on coffee tables. So we would be visiting, and she's like, and then she's walking around the coffee.
That's how Forrest is right
I
now.
know. I know. And so the old people are just like, look at her. Look at her. So sweet.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah. So the Taste of Wrightsville Beach, basically, it's kind of another 2 things are happening at once. And I'm going to let you do a deep dive on it. But basically, the board, with the help of the community, puts it on every year, because all of the proceeds go back to the Weekend Meals on Wheels, because they are not funded besides the few grants that you have. So that all goes back towards the operation continuing for the year. But at the same time, what I love about this event is it's also highlighting local businesses here.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Arlo, hold on. Oh my goodness. We had a member join us.
She is could not stand being
Meals
left.
on Wheels #1.
She's our
spirit
mascot.
dog. Yeah. This is
She's our
Arlo.
mascot.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we were talking about how we were talking about Taste and how that works and funding wise. So before we dive into the event, because I want to do a deep dive of who's putting it on and everything, I wanted to kind of figure out, so you fundraise for the entire year for all of these meals, and how many employees does Meals on Wheels have?
So
Or they all
that is the
volunteer?
good thing. Taste is the only fundraiser that we really have to do, because we raise enough money to, it's a big job and it takes a lot, but it does take that. When I started, when I was not on the board, when we were just my women's club, we always did stuff for Meals on Wheels to fundraise. We had a tea. We almost set the senior center on fire.
No. Not the senior center.
We came close to setting several places on fire. I don't
From
know what
tea?
it was. No, just people doing stupid stuff.
Candles.
Yeah, there was a candle involved. There was a short and something, and it went in a plan at the senior center. So I don't know if we had too many things plugged into something,
They had one extension cord and 15 plugs plugged in.
So we used to have the tea. That was so much work, and we raised so small of a funds. But, it's grown and grown to where Meals on Wheels needs more funds. They used to be really happy about the money we would bring back from the tea.
Yeah. Where do those funds go? Is it just
Well,
all over?
we have to buy. Okay, so Meals on Wheels is New Hanover County.
Okay.
And parts of Pender County, and parts of Brunswick County is an expansion market for us. So
Expansion.
yeah, we're trying to.
That's incredible. It's growing.
Help Brunswick County get a Meals on Wheels. They have a weekday Meals on Wheels, but we're trying to help them get a weekend Meals on Wheels. So, so that we've hired a coordinator down there. So some money had to go to that, but our coordinator is paid. Everyone else is volunteer. We could never pay her enough.
So it's just
feel
one employee.
Yeah,
technically.
yeah, and we could never pay her enough for that job because
You're like, you help us tremendously.
You're like, we would not run without you.
right. She coordinates all these restaurants. So a lot of the money goes to buy food. A lot of the money goes to buy the containers that the food has to go in. Those are ridiculously expensive for little tin containers. And when the county is closed for holidays, we have to provide our mission is to provide shelf-stable meals. So when they're closed for Christmas, the couple of days before, we would be sending a frozen meal or a meal, like a canned soup, be pantry type food.
Yeah.
That's not hot and fresh, because when we deliver weekend meals, they're hot, fresh. They've just been cooked.
Oh, that's
They're, yeah.
So they can eat them right away.
Yeah, they eat them right away. And you got to think, some of these seniors don't have freezer space. That was a thing when when we were delivering 12 meals. Some of them don't have full-size refrigerator, freezer. Some of them don't have microwaves, so we use tin containers so they can take it out of the tin. But if they only have an oven, then they want to keep it warm, or they probably eat a little bit of it and eat a little bit of it for dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably what happens. Yeah. But so it's nice fresh meals, and they love the weekends because the routes are so small. They're typically homemade meals that people have tried to be creative and make them some lasagna or something that they don't often get.
Yeah, they love pop-ups. My dad, spaghetti.
Oh, yeah.
And barbecue and whatever he's got going on.
Oh, that's awesome.
What was really great, what I loved about Ross's 40th is we had all that catering.
Yeah.
And we had so much leftover. And
Jackie had it that day.
yeah, we packed up all the extra leftover
it was Saturday
catering.
night, and she had that next day, Sunday.
Oh, perfect.
And just sent it. I'm like, gosh, they were eating good that next day. But it's like, our heart and soul is in this organization where we're like, oh, let's give them weekend Meals on Wheels.
And they love it.
And Ross is a part of the board too, so it was kind of special for his 40th food.
I drug him into there. And he won't leave now.
He can't
He wants to leave.
He cannot leave.
No, he won't leave. He won't leave. He loves it.
Yeah.
He does. He loves it. His job is very demanding, so then Taste is very demanding when it's from like right now to here. And so everybody's a little stressed and pulled in a lot of different directions, but every single year at the event
it comes off and it's
beautiful.
Wonderful.
It's even better than the last year. Wow, we did
about
it.
the event. What is the event? What exactly is Taste? Is it a dinner?
Well, I'll tell you what's really cool about Taste is Lisa and some ladies on Wrightsville Beach came up with the idea and started it. So it was started to bring Wilmington people, to remind them to come back to the beach and eat at the restaurants, because people get out of the habit of going to the beach in the summer because so many tourists, they don't want to.
It's very
It's our
busy.
local summer celebration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes like an hour to get into the beach in the summer, so everybody probably avoids it like the plague.
Exactly, exactly. So that was the premise of it in the very beginning. And so the ladies at Wrightsville Beach put it on. And the restaurants are within the Chamber of Commerce circle of Wrightsville Beach, which doesn't go out all the way to Mayfair and over there.
No, I think it stops
Yeah.
at Ceviche's, right?
Yeah, it's kind
Or
of kind of
Kipo's?
close.
Have y'all thought
Yeah,
about
Kipo's. I think they're going to be in there this year.
Cool.
Yeah, I think they are. So that's not my job. So don't ask.
Like, I don't know.
So there's 40 to 45, 50-ish restaurants, beer, wine, and not just restaurants, like dessert places, just different.
Oh, how incredible. And
So it's like
Yeah.
highlighting local business.
so you
too.
get to literally just go in and approach a certain.
They serve a sample, and the public is voting, and there are professional chef judges that are tasting the samples, and they love it because they get a big plaque to put in their
That they won
restaurant
taste.
if they won. And see, this is 12 years, so,
So
there's
people
a lot
know
of
about-
plaques. There's a lot of plaques in restaurants at Wrightsville Beach.
It is super cool that it's multiple different restaurants and dessert, cafes and stuff like that. And so
Right.
it is like really cool to highlight all the small business, and they probably get into it and get excited.
Oh, they
And
do. They do.
So how do you find, whose idea was this?
That was the ladies at Wrightsville Beach, Lisa Week. So before, part of the proceeds would go to Meals on Wheels. And then the Wrightsville Beach Foundation, I guess they just, after 5 years, I think it was, they were like, do y'all want to take this over as your fundraiser 100%? And we did. It's exciting. It's grown every year. So we have to thank Blue Water Grill because they give us their parking lot, which is a big deal on a Saturday night. Now, we always do it after the meters go down from Wrightsville Beach. So there is some street parking that typically isn't there. But so we put this, I like to call it ginormous tent.
It is.
It is like a circus tent. It is so big.
Really?
And it's still stuffed. It's still packed
It
full
is.
of people. We have a band that plays. We have raffle items that all the area businesses donate.
Oh, that's
and
so
So then it highlights Wilmington small business, like hair salons, photography.
Oh, I love that.
right. Wilmington
little
Grill.
boutiques.
Wilmington
Yeah.
Grill gives us a fire pit. I mean, Wilmington Grill's a big deal. They
Wow.
manufacture here and they make these expensive, stainless steel, heavy duty grills. And they've given us the oyster shucker and they've given us fire pits to auction every year. And Megacorp Logistics, they give us a lot to auction. Reed's Jewelers, they're always so
All
generous.
small local businesses.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I love about it. It really brings the entire community of Wilmington and Wrightsville Beach together for a night
Yeah.
to
serve their community.
To serve their community,
Yeah.
the elderly population that needs help. And people love it. Like
They
they
do.
have such a fun time.
Yeah.
We don't have to, like when we go in for a charity, we don't have to persuade people. We don't have to explain who we are, typically.
Yeah.
They're just, their hearts start pouring out when they think of the mission.
And who you're serving. Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's
So
a fun,
cool.
it's a fun event.
I know we've
Had
never got
1,000
to
people.
Yeah, we've never got to participate.
I've
'cause
never
we're-
eaten anything.
I haven't either.
I've never tasted
never
anything
eaten. 'Cause
we're
at the
working
Taste
the
of
whole
Wrightsville
time.
Beach. We are so busy.
Yeah.
I'm going to change that this year.
You're gonna eat this
actually
year.
eat.
Okay.
I'm gonna- yeah.
Make sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
So when
You
is it
keep me
this
on.
year?
It's November 1st.
Okay, November 1st.
November 1st in the Blue Water parking lot. Our main sponsors are Marine Max, which is right there too. They help us. There are expenses to getting the tent, but the restaurants give their food 100%. The beer distributors and all the breweries, they give us beer 100%, and then we, sell that. Wow. So all the money that's being generated out of there, it goes back to Meals on Wheels. It goes back to buy those meals every weekend.
To support for the whole year. So you can
it covers us.
Yeah, and then you also still have people who throughout the year are just generously volunteering their time and stuff too.
Right. That's what we live on.
If people are listening right now and they want to, so say they're local to here and they wanted to come, is there a ticket for?
Well, the tickets are going fast.
Okay. Yeah.
So we had a board meeting the other night, and I was surprised at how many tickets had already been sold. And I was like, whoa, we're going to sell out real early. But we sell out every year. So they need to go online, and our website is weekendmealsonwheels.org.
Okay.
Which is really cool because somebody bought that early in the game
to
get that URL.
Yeah.
So they can go there. It's on Facebook. It's on a lot of the media outlets because I do the press releases and, make sure the word gets out.
So it looks like you can go online. You have a Zeffy link that you can. So general admission is $100.
Correct.
And that includes 40 local cuisine.
Right.
Wow. Beer, wine, and spirits tasting booths.
Exactly.
That's a steal for $100.
Right.
And it goes right back into the mission.
Their sample sizes are pretty big.
Oh, yeah.
And under 5 is free. And under 21 is
we don't have a
25.
Lot of kids
there is not a lot of, because it's
more drinking.
It's kind
heavy.
of,
it's packed in there.
Yeah.
And it's loud. So
it's loud. Yeah. And it is very crowded. And I can't remember, somebody came in with a stroller. We had a stroller.
We brought Phoebe one year.
Yeah. And but it's just hard.
Yeah.
With children.
Yeah.
Older kids will come. Like the
12,
teenage kids
13,
and the teenage kids and the college kids, with their parents, they want to come sometimes.
So are you guys still needing volunteers to help work the event? Or
sure, we always take volunteers.
Okay.
We have the greatest volunteer coordinator on our board that helps put everybody in a good place.
So where do
tells
they
them
reach
exactly
out if
what
they're
to
interested
do.
in volunteering?
Just through the Facebook page.
Through Facebook. Okay.
Yeah, that's the easiest thing. If you go to Facebook or go to our website, you can contact us.
and then if you're interested in a route, same way.
Same way.
Okay.
I get Facebook messages a lot of people who are interested in doing a route or, doing with their kids. It's very sweet.
Yeah.
That's perfect. And then if for people that aren't local to Wrightsville Beach, Wilmington area, and they wanted to donate, is there a
There's
donation?
a donate.
Okay.
There's a donate button on all of our media.
Amazing. And so they can send in donations whenever. And I still can't believe that you fundraise for the entire year in one day, essentially. I mean, it's not one day work, but one day.
It's one event.
Hours. It's just several hours.
Incredible.
You'll have to come and volunteer with us.
I would
one
love
year
to.
and see
Yeah,
it.
That would be
yeah,
great.
Yeah,
That would be great.
That would be super fun. What are the volunteer positions or just?
Well, we have
set
people
up
in
and-
raffle. We have people going around selling raffle tickets. Rebecca usually works the entrance and explains everything to everybody. I hope you'll do that again this year.
That's my jam.
Yeah, 'cause
right.
you talk
She
to
gets to
people.
greet
Butter.
everybody. She gets to greet everybody.
The Type B queen has got a Type A system in place. It's like
Look
my
at
1 year I
you.
shine in organization.
You are really not that type B.
I'm pretty Type B.
You're like type C.
What is that? We're making
mix.
a new kid.
It's like a mix.
Yeah.
I feel like I used to be so type A, and then now I'm like leaning into type C territory.
So we're Type C. Okay.
Yeah, I
I'll
think
take
we're
it.
type C.
Yeah.
Because we have some stuff together, but then other things just like,
But sometimes I thrive in a last minute chaotic situation. That's
think
where
that's your ADD though.
That's 100% that.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, is there anything else you wanted to add before we wrap? Or to highlight the organization or?
No, we talked about everything, right? We talked about the Meals on Wheels.
Do we want to talk about? No, I think this was a good one.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't think we add anything to it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for telling us about Meals on Wheels.
Thank you for having me. Yeah. Thank you for spreading the good word.
Yeah.
Appreciate you girls.
So if you are listening, go to weekendmealsonwheels.org. And you can check their Facebook group to get tickets, to contact, to donate. It's all on there. And hopefully I'll get to volunteer this year. If not this year, next year.
Yeah.
So
sounds great.
I'm excited.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome.
All right.
That was great. Thanks for being here with us today. If something resonated, maybe a sentence, a silence, or a story, hold on to that. If you felt seen or stirred or simply curious, we hope you'll join us again. Until then, stay open, stay tender, and remember, there's always a seat for you at the table.